Abaddon, the angel of the bottomless pit, who leads an army to torment those without the seal of God upon their foreheads. Iblis, an angel born from fire, whose sole mission after being banished from paradise was to lead humanity astray with waswiz, evil suggestions. Baphomet, once a symbol of duality, adopted by the Church of Satan as a symbol of the occult. Lucifer, the fallen angel that rebelled against God and now seduces humans into sin and falsehood, just as the serpent did in the Garden of Eden. In all cultures, in every corner of the earth, this archetype of evil precedes the conscious mind, transcribed upon walls, tablets, books and trinkets across the world and throughout time. It transcends a learned response and reflects more of a whisper woven into the fabric of humanity from the very beginning. But what if every archetype, every mythical depiction of evil could be traced back to one singular being, to a realm whose native tongue is beyond even the TARDIS's comprehension, to a planet trapped in the field of a black hole, all the way back to the truth behind the myth, deep within Satan's pit? Is there anything more terrifying than the prospect of every single manifestation of evil across the entire universe being the work of a single being? A beast who's woven himself into the fabric of life itself since the dawn of time. The same image regurgitated over and over again because he's burned the very same archetype of evil into our unconscious minds. The image of the horned beast. And we have no choice but to channel it into the idols and myths we create, or else risk projecting all of this evil onto those around us. Imagine every dark thought, every impulse to harm or steal, our very ambition for power, all the result of a psychic connection with his satanic beast, the reverberations of his conscious mind spanning across the universe like light itself, with every sentient mind an antennae for evil. When I first started thinking about the beast as a fictional fear, it was the image of that great horned beast and how maliciously he tore the crew apart that I thought would be most chilling. Or that demonic voice whispering Toby that definitely didn't traumatise 9-year-old me. But as I delved deeper into the episodes, I realised that the beast claiming to be the truth behind the myth, the being responsible for the archetype of evil across the universe, that's fundamentally what makes the beast so terrifying. It begs the question what life would be like without the beast's interference. Would evil exist in a different manifestation? Maybe the beast unknowingly helped us by giving us a concrete image to project evil onto. Perhaps without it, we'd have left the dark half of human nature to fester beneath our unconscious, only for it to overcome us. But how could anything have enough power to project a psychic imprint across the galaxy? A being of such immense power makes you wonder if the beast is more than just another creature of the Hooniverse. It makes you wonder whether he could be a great old one of few beings thought to have survived the death of another universe before this one, with godlike abilities that break the laws of physics, beings so powerful they once held dominion over our galaxy. Does that sound familiar? We know that the beast was chained in the depths of Krop Tor before the universe was even created by the Disciples of Light. And from there he in a sense gained dominion over the galaxy by projecting his consciousness onto the empty plane of existence, imprinting the image of the horned beast throughout the universe. If the beast really is the truth behind the myth of Satan, then maybe he really is a great old one. That'll explain why he's so powerful. Even the 7th Doctor describes how the consciousness of a great old one can travel on its own, riding the time winds, just as the beast can project his own consciousness and even outright possess people's minds. But the beast is never name dropped as a great old one by any of the Doctors, like say Fenric the sentient force for evil, or Yog Sothoth the great intelligence. Maybe he slipped beneath the cracks, or perhaps the beast isn't the creature he claims to be at all. Perhaps there's another layer to what makes the beast so terrifying, beyond the impact he's had upon the universe. Just as so many devil figures have throughout history, the beast reflects that mythological trickster archetype and yearns to corrupt the very hearts of men. It's just like Iblis using waswiz to corrupt the pure of heart into sin, or Satan in the Book of Job being desperate to prove human nature is fickle, that what people have they will give to save their lives, or even the story of Adam and Eve as he twists God's word. If God really loved you, he wouldn't keep something from you, would he? The beast is so formidable because he has the same serpent tongue every trickster figure has. Instead of using outright lies, which are easily fought, he uses partial truths, like telling Rose she'll die in battle, or Jefferson his wife never forgave him. We know he weaved an element of truth into Rose's death. It was just enough to terrify Rose, truth enough to captivate her, but vague enough to leave her plagued with fear. The same is probably true for Jefferson. Perhaps his wife really did die before he knew if she forgave him, and maybe she really hadn't forgiven him completely. But she might have also still loved him despite all of that. You can even see it when he's taunting Toby, goading him that he's right behind him, so close he can touch him, yet if he turns around he'll die. It's obvious that Satan's consciousness really was there, maybe even right behind him, but I doubt he would have died if he turned around. It's just how the beast terrorises people, the game he plays. He has an insatiable ego that doesn't allow him merely to corrupt people. That would be bad enough. He has to revel in their suffering as well. An egomaniac compelled to swarm across worlds with his legions of evil and savour every moment of terror along the way. But despite all of this, despite the beast weaving the idea of evil into trillions of minds across the universe and his trickster nature, the concept of the beast only gets more chilling the longer you think about it. Because just as the crew delve deeper and deeper into the pit for answers, the longer the episode goes on, We realise that the beast managed to do all of this whilst chained in a pit, imprisoned by a black hole. But now the beast is free.
Move quickly! To the door!
I have been imprisoned for eternity, but no more. The pit is open, and I am free.
Imagine what the true Satan can do if he is unleashed upon the universe. A figure self-described as the rage, the bile and the ferocity, the sin, the fire and the darkness. A beast capable of not only possessing sentient beings at will, but doing so as nefariously and maliciously as possible. He could go beyond simply imprinting the image of evil onto the universe. Just like he did with Toby and the Ood, he could swarm world after world with his legions by possessing each and every person he crosses, building his army world by world just as the Night King did in Game of Thrones, until all there is darkness. Imagine the entire universe feels the way Toby did when he was possessed by the beast. When he says it was fury and rage and death. It was him, it was the devil. That's what the beast wants, and he has the power to do it. It's just like Lucifer, who wanted to exalt his throne above the stars of God, and be like the Most High. In true biblical fashion, the beast wants to overthrow any semblance of God in this universe, and mould it to his very will. And it's only fitting that the beast relies on the temptation of humanity to escape. He mocks every god and religion out there, knowing that the words of God, lead us not into temptation, won't be heeded here. He knows humanity's natural inclination to explore is far too innate to ignore, especially when you've got a planet that literally defies the laws of physics by floating in the path of a black hole. And so just as every archetype of evil did before, he lures us into the trap of becoming the architect of our own downfall. Just like the crew who wants to lead us deeper and deeper into a pit of no return until we hit hell without even realising it. He has that venomous silver tongue like so many other formidable characters, but with the ability to not only metaphorically get into people's heads, but literally. Maybe he has to break you down first. Maybe he possessed Toby because he was naturally the weakest man, or perhaps his research into the ancient writings led him furthest into temptation and sin. But however he does it, if you were ever to stumble across the beast, he'd pass through your consciousness as easy as a knife through butter. I just wonder whether he allows people's consciousness to regain control when he likes, just as Toby flitted in and out of control throughout the episodes, or whether the moment Toby was possessed he was gone, his consciousness squeezed out to make room for the beast, and every time we thought we saw Toby, it was merely the beast imitating him. Either way, the beast is capable of taking the greatest of us and luring us into the depths of hell. But even in seeming death, the beast leaves us with a chilling thought.
I shall never die. The thought of me is forever in the bleeding hearts of men, in their vanity and obsession and lust. Nothing shall ever destroy me.
Could he really be destroyed by a black hole? Or is his consciousness out there now, somewhere, lurking just beyond the shadows, eagerly awaiting its next innocent soul? Does it even matter? As the Doctor said, what if the fundamental reason the beast is such an effective fictional fear is because he's more than just a villain? He's an idea, and as a physical being he could only do so much, but as an idea he could emanate across the entire universe, resonate with minds across the cosmos as an image burned into the hearts of all things, an idea that has shaped the fabric of the universe. And who knows, if there really is truth behind the myth, if the beast is who he says he is, maybe one day Lucifer the fallen angel really will descend upon earth as the beast, and we become nothing more than another legion of evil condemned to the depths of hell.